just wondering if any thought has been given to the growth in the city of Providence. Right now, I know that Providence has had difficult times, but there does seem to be a lot of construction, and I know there was a letter to the editor, and a professor was talking about why selling Providence Water is a bad idea. And one of the main points that he made, in addition to the points that were just made about the types of agreements that would be made that might put the water supply at risk, one of the things that he did talk about was that the city was, launching on a period of growth. And we should think about, supporting that growth. And how can we support that growth if we don't have an adequate and a decent water supply? It seems to me that the profit motive kind of destroys the growth aspect by making water more expensive. And all that money is going to be going out of Providence to wherever the major corporation comes from. So it really weakens us. So that's my first question. And my second question is, I've seen legislation that the mayor has submitted to the General Assembly, and I'll be honest, I'm not a lawyer, so I don't understand it, but I do know that there's language in there that says that the PUC and other public utilities would have, seems to say, correct me if I'm wrong, that the public utility would have absolutely no right or any say regarding any agreements that are made with the individual entities in this municipal water system. So that concerns me as a citizen to think we're talking about partnership and making a case for partnership, and yet the agreement itself seems to make partnership impossible because it says that the Public Utility Commission has no right to comment about any agreements that are made between the various entities in this new system that we seem to be building. So I'm a lifelong resident of Providence. I love Providence Water. I want the city to retain water supply, and I'm willing as a citizen to do whatever I have to do to make sure that that can happen. So, thank you.
Thanks for your remarks on this. I'll come right back to this. I'm just going to address those, and we'll come right to that. Yeah, just to be clear, the proposal that's on the table right now from the City of Providence sits before the General Assembly, not before this board. This board is an operational agency of the city. Our responsibility day to day is specifically on the investments that we're making and on water quality issues. So, with regards to the specifics regarding the oversight that the PUC would have, I would defer to the city on that. As well as the kind of the overall growth in the city, I will note though that nearly 50% of our city is tax exempt because of the fact we are lucky enough to host a number of wonderful institutions, from hospitals to college and universities to not-for-profits. That means that half of our tax base isn't paying taxes, which is among the highest in the world. That means that half of the tax base is carrying that burden. So I think when we look at the growth that's happening in the city, while it's incredible and it's wonderful to have that growth here, the reality is that a lot of that growth that's happening is not helping us generate revenue to the bottom line in the form of property taxes that the city relies on to keep its budget balanced.
If I may add, Mr. Chairman, to a really comment. The city, like all cities of Rhode Island, are governed by the 4% cap on levy. So annually, cities and towns cannot increase their tax levy by more than 4% without seeking an exemption for very narrow exemptions to take you over the cap. And they generally include things that we probably don't apply for. So while there is unusual growth, while we're going through a period to capture that growth all in any 1 year, there would be a limitation. At 4% of the city's current tax levy, that would generate about $13 million, just standing still between the cost of expenses associated with wage contracts, healthcare, the normal activities would probably equal close to that. So while we've given that thought and hope that there are other solutions, we are regularly and daily working on those solutions.